Next up, we have Anthem of the Savannah from the Genshin Impact Land of Layman-Friendly soundtrack by the Hoyo-Mix channel. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a Layman-Friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, if we somehow hit 10,000, what happens if we hit 10,000 before Christmas? Members get early access, the gaming channel, collaborations, how to request songs if you're not on the live stream. I have a spiel for that and a bunch of other things at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video if you want to read them in full. Otherwise, please be patient with me. I am acoustic and guitared, so keep that in mind. With that said, let's do this. Anthem of the Savannah, let's go. Alright, okay, welcome to the head-on. Okay, so you should become a voice actor. That was very dramatic. I would love to do voice acting. It's a very brutal job from what I've seen, so I'll stick with my day job for now. But yeah, if anybody wants my voice acting for anything, just let me know. So yeah. So we start with 3 main layers. We have, of course, our percussion doing us our initial beat. Then we have a middle ground. We have this plucked instrument. I'm not entirely sure what it is. Kind of sounds like a mandolin. I'm not entirely sure. Like, some of these are world music instruments. World music, by the way, just means that they're not standard in Western music. So the exotic instrument, so to speak, right? So we have this really cool plucked string giving us what I think could be our initial motif. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the essence from which everything else comes from, doing what is called an ostinato. Ostinato just means that you're repeating over and over and over and over and over again. You're repeating the same thing. Then we have a bass and a whistle doing what is called a doubling. We're getting the bass and we're getting the ceiling at the same time. We're getting a doubling right there. They're playing the same thing, just within their own ranges. Let's see where it goes. Okay, we add another... We add that whistle. Okay, so now we're adding more and more layers to what seems to be the downbeat of the phrase. So this whole thing is a series of melodies that make up a phrase, the phrase being, you know, the whole section of bars that we're doing over here. And we're slowly adding more to it, and we're adding more elements to the other thing. I think we added a marimba to this. Marimba, of course, being the national instrument of Guatemala, this very, very beautiful mallet instrument. It's really cool. I think it's either a marimba or a xylophone. Functionally the same instrument. They're malleted instruments, just made of different materials. Marimba is made out of wood, and it's a massive instrument. Marimba is a massive, massive instrument. You need what? Upwards to 7 people to play the instrument. It's insane. Like, marimba music is really fun. Marimba music is insanely fun, especially like Guatemalan marimba music is really good. Like, yes, I actually said something positive about Guatemala. Go ahead and clip it. Yeah, like, I grew up with this kind of music. It's really, really fun, and we're adding this. We're giving this more. It's a little bit more on the African side. This kind of music right now. So. Very fascinating, because, you know, Tlayaotl, that's more of a Aztec/Mayan kind of naming convention. So it's interesting to see the mix between the two. But we're having, I think it's a pan flute. It might be a pan flute. Which the pan flute being this one over here, another South American instrument. So we're having this one, and I think the more layers we're adding, the more this is starting to look like South American, Incan, Mayan, and Aztec kind of music. Of course, now we're having the downbeat of the phrase, where we're adding more and more layers. We added some singers to this. By the way, the concept of the downbeat is the start of a bar, right? Because when you have music, you have 3 elements. You have melody, you have harmony, and you have rhythm. Melody is your individual horizontal lines of music. You can make that use those your motifs, your phrases, melodies, and it extends not much more than that. Harmony is by far the most complicated. What notes you're using, what scales you get out of that, what chords you get out of that, the relationship between them, or the relationship between the relationships, and you can just keep extrapolating infinitely. And then you have rhythm. Rhythm is your use of time. How fast, how slow things happen, when they happen, beat, all that kind of thing. Usually your rhythm is then subdivided into bars or measures, which are then determined by a time signature. Now, a time signature is going to be made out of two numbers, upper number, lower number. Your upper number is going to be the number of beats in the number of beats in the bar, and the lower number is going to be what kind of beats. This is going to be, usually this is going to be for your metronome, right? The metronome being the machine that gives you the click at whatever given tempo. So, in English, it's pretty easy to remember these. Whole notes are represented by number 1, half notes by number 2, quarter notes by number 4, eighth notes by number 8, 16th notes by number 16, so on and so forth. One whole note contains 2 half notes, one half note contains 2 quarter notes, one quarter note, 2 eighth notes, so on and so forth. So in this case, we have 4/4. That means 4 quarter notes is going to be our metronome. So it's going to look something like this, and you're just going to count numbers 1 through 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of thing. Now, you see the little hand gesture I'm doing. No, I'm not giving anyone a blessing or anything like this. These are hand gestures for what is called conducting. Before metronomes, this is what we had to use. And these are specific for different types. However, there is one universal thing, which is the first beat is always going down, which is why it's called the downbeat, and the last beat is the upbeat because it goes up. So we have this, of course, let's say we have 4/4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You see the shape that I just did. We have the downbeat over here symbolizing number 1. We have here number 2, on the other side number 3, and then the upside is number 4. This is how you engage in conducting, which you can use to, for example, right now I'm speaking and I am still keeping track of this hypothetical 4/4 that we're doing, and it allows you to multitask on top of that. There you go. So we have that, and of course, regardless of what kind of measure you're doing, we have that. Didn't you give us a blessing of life? No, I gave you the curse of life. Every single one of you is going to outlive me. That's different. So you can see it as a blessing if you want. Yes, you can see it as a blessing if you want. Oh. So yes, sort of a note for the concept of tribal or something like that, I think. Yeah. So. Let's see. And usually live performances are alright, but I prefer the studio recordings for most of these. Usually because live performance mixes are very difficult to get right, and even for Genshin Impact is very difficult to get right. So yeah, let's see where it goes. So we're building more on that downbeat. Oh, little moment there, and variation. So we bring down the scale, variation of the plus string, doubling from the flute. Oh, very cool rhythm. We have some strings in the back. There we go, those violins. We switch over to the flute, giving us a solo. So now we're switching, we're kind of cycling through the individual instruments, giving us like solos, bouncing back and forth, kind of like handing over a baton kind of thing, while we are having the percussion, the strings, just keeping that ambience going. Of course, we're also including an orchestra in this, which of course this is usually, let's use this image, it's my favorite when it comes to these. So we have, of course, this right here is your a little bit bigger than this is a philharmonic orchestra, so it has a little bit more than your usual orchestra. However, the structure is the same. We have all the strings over here, the violins, violas, cellos, double basses, 2 sections of violins out of these. That's a lot of strings right now. And right now in the piece we're having the cellos, maybe the basses as well, doing a doubling. When that happens, by the way, when you have the cellos and double basses doing the same thing, it's called the bassi. Bassi is what you call when you have both the cellos and double basses doing the same thing. Then we're having the violins giving us like these like fading in and out chords. Really cool. Let's see where it goes. Your national instrument is also the marimba. Oh, look at that. So one of the countries is copying then. Let's see. Let me go back a couple of seconds. So let's see. So we are still having the... Oh. So we're doing variations on those downbeats, upbeats. Now we bring in this whistle. I think this is an ocarina. I think it's an ocarina. So we bring this over... and I'd like to think Guatemala is copying. Which year did Costa Rica get independence? So yeah, we're having this... right now, we take down the scale, so we keep bringing down the scale so that we get the different instruments to come in, but the overall vibe remains pretty much unchanged. We're switching over now to the ocarina solo, which is a good idea to remove the other instruments so that you don't suffocate the instrument. Because some of these instruments, they might be loud, but it's a good idea to not have them be louder than the entire rest of the orchestra. Like nowadays, we have the wonder of microphones and audio engineering, so you can just crank up the volume of the instrument, right? And that's it. However, back in the day, for what we used to be called concertos, concerto, which just means a concert, for a solo instrument, for example, a solo violin, yeah, it would be like basically just the first violin standing up and playing the concerto, same violin as the other 20 people who have a violin are playing. So for this kind of stuff, you would need to have your composer figure out, okay, when the orchestra is playing, we can't really have the violin try and do a solo, or if it does, the rest has to be really, really quiet. So yeah, that's usually one of those things that when you have a solo performer, unless it's a piano or a cello doing that, the soloist player is going to be standing up while the rest of the orchestra is sitting down, except for the double basses. Double basses have like the high-rise stools, because you have to play the double bass like that. So yeah, let's continue. We're getting sidetracked. Let's see where it goes. So you can hear now the strings very, very softly. Johnny, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mosh Pit. Welcome today. How you doing? We bring in a trumpet. Of course. This one over here. Now we have a trumpet solo. Fairly unusual right now. Like, right now, it's insane that we bring a Western instrument back to the mix, and it sounds out of place from all the other solos. But it's really cool so far. I like this. So let's see. Same day. Because Guatemala is 1821. That's when they got independence. 15th September 1821. I don't know about Costa Rica. Like I know that several countries did. They got the whole Central America. I thought it was over the course of years. Anyway, let's see where it goes. Ooh, French horn in the back. So we now have a little bit of counterpoint between these two. We're having these two, and oh my god, this is insane. Baz, welcome to today. Welcome to the naughty list. Let's see. Let me see here. Baz, come on. There you go. So we're having this now. Two melodies going on. We have kind of like a competing solo going on between the French horn and the trumpet. French horn, of course, being these guys over here. Let me give you a better French horn. Giving you this one. Both on the marimba. Boo. So yeah, we're having this beautiful, beautiful instrument, which, as you can see, very peculiar shape, especially because this one, unlike the trumpet, you can see the trumpets here are pointing forwards and everything. The French horn is pointing downwards, backwards, and sideways, and you have to stick your hand in the bell in order to be able to even play the instrument. So that gives a very different sound. It mellows out the sound a lot, and it makes it a little more flexible in that sense. So yeah, let's see where it goes. We have a pan flute now in the background as well with those violins. Oh, we switch over to melodies. Ooh. We bring back the marimba. Now we're having the vocalists carrying out the motif, while we're having the strings in the background giving us that really cool rhythm. We switch over to woodwinds, flutes, doing now a variation of this. We go back a little bit more on the African side. Very cool set of vocals. Let's see. Back to the flute. This might be the thing. Basterd. All right, Johnny, go ahead. And that's why we multi-stream. That's why we multi-stream. I have no loyalty to Twitch, YouTube, or Kick. I have no loyalty to any of them. However, I stream on all of them. One, because those are the ones that I can have the bot still working on together. And two, it gives you, the viewer, the option to go wherever you want. Like, yes, Twitch, according to Twitch terms of service, I have to tell you, please stay on Twitch. I'll pay attention to you. It is a superior platform for the live viewing experience. But if you want to go to one of the other channels, well, I can't force you to stay now, can I? So yeah, singing in Swahili, which is very interesting because we've had a lot of the timbres here being more on the South American side. So seeing these going back and forth between the African and the South American, like, you know, the Maya, Inca kind of steps, it's a very interesting mix that I don't know what to make of it. Because, yeah, Africa has never had the best of relationships with Latin America. Anyway, let's see where this goes. Nice. All right. Ooh, now we have a bunch of doublings going on here. Violins with the flutes. Natlan is a mix of Americas and Africa. Oh God, why would they do that? Anyway, let's see where this goes. Oh, very nice syncopation there. We bring it back down. Variation of the melody. Or just going up the scale. Building up. So yeah, right now we're basically just building up a cadence. When you're making music, you're doing one of two things, right? As I said before, you're building tension or you are resolving tension. Point in the middle, we call the cadence. Now, usually this is done with chords, but right now, as you can see, we're just building that tension, that expectation towards something else. This is more of a transitional type of section. So Natlan is basically every type of every tribal culture. Does that include the Mongols? Because if they have Mongol horse archers, then I will forgive them. Anyway, yeah, let's see where this goes. Oh, there you go. So we have that big cadence. We bring it back down to the ocarina, the plucked instruments, with the cellos, with the bassi still giving us those hits over there in the background, giving us that upbeat and downbeat. Violins, giving us a variation of this while we have some of the tribal singing. Did we bring in the brass, French horn, and trumpets once again? Giving us variations again. And we have a little bit of a trill. Oh my God, I get to talk about a trill. Okay, so trills in music, a trill in music is when you play two notes, technically simultaneously, but not at all. A trill is when you play two notes, usually that are next to each other, one after the other, very fast. So you're getting this kind of sound, right? That kind of thing. However, this phenomenon creates a very fascinating thing in music because it creates a bit of a quantum state for notes because you're playing both notes at the same time and you're not playing them at all. So let's say, for example, let's take the key of C major, right? C, D, E, F, G, A, and B, going back to C. If I were to play the chord of C major, we have C, E, and G, which, you know, very lovely. Then, if I want to move over to the key of the chord of A minor, we switch to A, C, and E. And we can do voice leading, so, and there you go, you have the change. However, if I want the change to be done in the melody, then I would have to have C and E playing lower in the chords, and then we're having the change of notes. However, if I were to play both notes at the same time, for once, the notes themselves would create dissonance, but then if I were to play them together with the chords, you create this. However, in this case, it's just A minor 7. But if I then do a trill between G and A, something fascinating happens. Now, especially if I bring this octave higher up even. now I'm playing both C major and A minor at the same time by the nature of playing a trill. The trill allows me to play both notes simultaneously, giving me the benefits of both without the dissonance. And Mystic Guy, welcome today, how you doing? So yeah, it's a very, very fascinating part of this. So yeah, really, really cool way to transition between places, because it's really cool for a cadence as well, because it allows you to have that that moment. Really cool. Let's just see where it goes. And patchy, precisely. We bring back the vocals, doing the accompaniment. Very nice. Reminder to try shawarma. I tried shawarma on my trip to Paris because, you know, where else would you get shawarma nowadays? Yeah, we went with Dunkel earlier this year. We went to Paris. We had shawarma there. It was nice. It was nice. It was good. I prefer gyros, though. I prefer gyros. Anyway, let me go back a couple of seconds. Let's continue. So we're having the accompaniment done, those accents, very nice. You tried shawarma in Turkey. I don't know, man. I've only been to one Islamic caliphate so far in Paris, so I wouldn't know about Turkey. Anyway, let me go back a couple of seconds, because now we have a build-up, real quick build-up. I mean, you can get shawarma in Hungary. Yeah, like, there's a bunch of shawarma places. Mainly gyros, though. Hungary, there's mainly gyros, but potato, tomato, right? Anyway, let's go back to this. So we have a quick build-up here. And we escalate back. We bring back the string orchestra. We bring back pretty much a full orchestra. We are now in outro territory. We have the climax over here. We are revisiting as much of the material as we had before. And in this case, a lot of the melodies were kind of interchangeable with one another. And because of that, we can now have pretty much everything playing together in this very vast set of layers. Let's see where this goes. Nice. Oh, very cool counter melodies from the brass. Let's see how you're gonna end this. Okay, we reduce this. Ooh. Okay, so we have a brief moment of just the brass with the bossy. Fairly unusual, but it has that impact. And we are now gonna do one more run of the phrase. Let's see. I just went a couple of seconds back in. There we go. We go for that high note. And ooh, extra chords, glissandos, and grandiose high note outro. Very, very elaborate, very, very complex, that one. We added so many things. You know, it was an outro we decided to. We probably, the players were probably getting paid for a certain number of notes, and they realized they had a bunch left, so they just played all of them at the end, right? That kind of end, very bombastic, very, very cool, and it just, you know, it just gives you that really grandiose, epic conclusion. Really, really good. It's Genshin music. At this point, I'm just expecting greatness from it. And yeah, with that, it ends, and there you go. It's just shawarma, fast way to get fed up. Like, it takes a few. Yeah, like, I prefer gyros, but I think the main difference is the types of meat that you put there and the main marinating, but the rest of the method is pretty much the same. Either way, with that, there you go. That was Anthem of the Savannah from the Genshin Impact Land of Teyaotl soundtrack. That was awesome, dude. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, if we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas of 2025, which not very likely, still possible, just not very likely. If it somehow happens, I will do, on top of doing the audiobook fan fiction thing, I will also play a single video game of the choice of the community, whatever y'all want within terms of service. Of course, we'll dedicate a few streams to that. This has to be achieved through legitimate and honest means only. And by the way, we will probably do giveaways. On top of that, honest means only, right? No account duping, no botting, no buying followers, no alt accounting, no rat behaviors like that. Go share the videos, the streams with your friends, with your families, with your family's friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts, by the way. With your online and offline communities, go share these videos around with everybody that you know. Also, use the hype function on YouTube. We have a group on the Discord that coordinates for that, so go ahead and join the Discord. Go coordinate with them. Yes, artists on YouTube or otherwise, this is an open invitation if you want to collaborate with me, or this to if you want any of my musical skills, whether it is my guitars, Mongolian throat singing, you know, the good old kind of thing, regular voice, regular singing, voice acting, whatever it is, reach out, let me know, whether it's in the comments, in the DMs, you know, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, whatever it is, just reach out, let me know, and let's work together, right? And if you're in the audience and you know somebody could benefit from my skills, let them know. Please do not harass anyone. Please do not spam anyone. Be cool about things. Don't be a rat. Members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them, at least for the LFAs. So become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I will be linking it in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you are not on the live stream, check the pinned comment on this video. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Sorry, Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. Twitch, I put you priority, okay? We go live on all three of those, 6 p.m. Central European Time, Monday through Friday. If you do not live in Europe, do not worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch, link down below. So if you live in Poplar's Range and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to Discord or Twitch and it's going to show in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. I have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the gaming after show recordings. When they happen, we record them in the main channel during the stream, and then the recordings go there. Link down below, or just search on YouTube. Same username as James R. Basterd. Just up the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. Anthem of the Savannah. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. That was awesome. Really, really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.